Sorry, I'm recovering from bronchitis.
Yep, no problem.
Or not so recovering. I have a question about diabetes and neuropathy.
Yep.
Tell me how ivermectin will impact that for me.
So ivermectin, first of all, it's going to get rid of that bacteria that is your bronchitis. The neuropathy aspect is going to be what happens is when you get parasites that cross your blood-brain barrier, they get into your brain and they dull the electronic senses that are sent out by your nerves to heal your body. So the neuropathy is basically misfiring nerves. So your feet are they hot all the time? Like you don't even have to wear shoes?
Oh no, the opposite. They're always cold and they always hurt and they always feel like they're on fire at the same time with electric shock.
Okay.
They're the result of a back injury
Yep.
from the Marine Corps. So I'm not sure that it's the same type of normal neuropathy. The VA says it's caused from my diabetes, but it happened about 8 years before I was diabetic.
Okay, so let's do this and we can start with your diabetes because that's an easy one. And I know that sounds crazy for me to say as not being a doctor, but it's an easy one. When you take ivermectin, it's going to get into your system. It's going to get into your gut. It's going to travel into your bloodstream. It's going to kill the parasites that have compromised your pancreas, which is giving you your issue of your diabetes. Like I just said to that young lady, when you cut your finger, the human body's ability to heal itself is amazing. So just like when you cut your finger and it heals, it's going to happen on the inside too. The parasites will be drawn away from your pancreas and your body will let it heal. Also, it's going to be getting into your brain. It's going to be sending out a full electric service because your nerves actually have electricity traveling through them. You are aware of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when that electrical current becomes strong again, it's going to make your body regenerate. So whatever you had wrong with your back, it's going to help that heal. And also that happens, it's going to travel down into your feet. It's not just going to hit one spot and then the other. It's going to travel all through your body. When your brain gets working again and firing on all 8 cylinders, that's what's going to happen. So that is something to definitely look forward to. So you're actually going to have a couple of things that are, well, 3. I can tell you the bronchitis thing is going to be gone relatively soon. Did you already start? Because I know you messaged me.
No, I didn't actually, but I'm probably going to go get some. So
Okay. Yeah, you'll be surprised with bronchitis. It'll probably only be a couple of days. You'll be surprised how fast it goes. I haven't seen anybody go more than 4 days unless you've got a real extreme case, and you don't sound that extreme. You sound bad, but you don't sound like some people are just wretched. You can just hear it. But the worst case so far was like 4 days it took for them to pass to get rid of their bronchitis. Pneumonia is closer to a week. That's the twice a day pencil size eraser. That's doing the Equimax brand. Everybody has always had real good results when it came to whether it's a gastrointestinal or if it's a lung thing like you're going through. Not so much the fibromyalgia or the rheumatoid. Those are a little bit more stubborn. But as far as your diabetes goes, I would absolutely say you're going to see a difference in a week. There's a gentleman that comes on, great guy, somebody I met on the Savage Chat, and he was on or is on an insulin pump. And he had psoriasis on his knees, and his knees were in bad shape, period. And psoriasis is basically it's where it's blistering from an autoimmune under the surface. So not only did his psoriasis go away, but his diabetes, he said he was going through less than half of the insulin that he normally goes through his diabetic pump, his insulin pump. All of his spikes completely went away within 10 days. When you ask me questions about what's it going to do for your diabetes, it's going to help your pancreas start to run right, start to operate correctly again. So you should see that go away. And everybody's different. I'm not trying to give any false hopes with, don't worry, tomorrow you'll be fine. Everybody's going to be different depending on how bad of a diabetic you are.
I'm not really bad. As long as I take the metformin, I don't have any problems. I don't crash. I don't have whatever. But the minute I don't take it, my sugar, it'll bottom out and it'll skyrocket and just up and down and all over the place.
Okay. The only thing I do tell people, whether it's blood pressure or it's diabetes, you still have to monitor your sugar. You have to make so if your sugar bottoms out, if your sugar spikes, you're going to have to pay attention because when you start to take ivermectin and your sugar level, your insulin levels start to balance off, then you're just going to have to you won't have to increase. You'll have to back off and you'll just have to monitor your own dosing on whatever your medication is for your diabetes. Does that make sense to you?
Sure.
Okay. And that's it. I mean, it's that simple.
And then I guess the question I would say, what would be the brand you would recommend and where to get it?
So the stuff I use is called Equimax. The other stuff I use is called Ivermectin, and I would say that you can get them any farm and pet place. Like most people are going to Tractor Supply, a lot of people are going to Amazon, a lot of people are going to eBay. Chewy's is another farm and pet. You can go to hardware stores that have a farm and pet section. But if you just want to drive locally, so keep in mind there are places that are it's not company policy, but it's whoever's running the store or the manager or whoever is just saying, well, you have to show proof that you own a horse. So I actually mentioned to somebody, because I would, if they gave me any shit about going to buy it in the store, I would go to a farm, I would knock on the fence, call the horse over, and I would hold my phone up and take a selfie, if you live in that kind of an area. But most of the farm and pet places, you can walk in and they'll have that. And as long as you take any one of the ivermectins that is 1.87% for a horse, you will be completely fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming on, and keep me posted, would you?
I will.